I want to take the formation of the special committee first here. What exactly is this committee going to do? It's interesting because it says the company has said that they haven't actually received a formal offer from Musk as of yet. So explain to us the role of this committee.
Yeah, and it is sort of routine here. Whenever there's a buyout offer for a company of any kind, whether it's an LBO idea or another company approaching, the board has to make sure they're representing the shareholders and not just management. And in this case, they especially do because, let's face it, the impetus for this is Elon Musk hates short sellers, and he hates the in-and-out retail investor almost as much. He even said that on the first quarter earnings call when he advised certain types of investors not to buy his stock. So those people have to be protected by the board. So they've hired Latham & Watkins, the law firm, and they've also got 3 people on the special committee, 2 of whom are true outside directors. The third one is a former Solar City CFO. Remember, Solar City was another Musk company. That's kind of that's Brad Hand. He's Elon's guy, but the other 2 are pretty independent. They're going to make sure that this really is a good offer and a good structure for shareholders. And then from there, we have to figure out how Elon's going to fund this thing, which shareholders are going to actually turn their public shareholdings in for a private stake in this company, and see if there's enough of them so that Elon doesn't have to raise $70 billion to get this done.
Right. And Elon says he's talking to Silver Lake and Goldman Sachs about this, but there's some conflicting information about that, right?
Right. So Elon has put out a tweet saying he is working with Goldman and Silver Lake. What we've heard from Silver Lake is that they don't have a position in Tesla yet. So look, Silver Lake is famous because they were very instrumental in taking Dell private. So is Silver Lake going to be one of those who buy some of the shares? The way the Tesla deal is going to work, according to Elon so far, is that a lot of shareholders, he's estimating 2/3, would turn their public shares in for private ownership in the company, and anyone who didn't want to go along could be bought out at $4.20 a share. He has said he doesn't want to put a lot of debt on Tesla since it's already got about $10 billion in long-term borrowings. So somebody's got to come in and take them out. Maybe it would be the Saudi Public Investment Fund, the sovereign wealth fund over there. Maybe it's Silver Lake, big private equity firm, or some other investors who decide to pile in with Elon, maybe some of his Silicon Valley friends who have a lot of money. But he's going to have some cash, and he doesn't want it to be debt. He wants it to be equity. So that's kind of where we are. Is Silver Lake going to just be an advisor because they lived through the Dell deal? Are they going to advise along with Goldman and then also take an equity position in this? Are the Saudis going to be happy with just 5%, or they have actually a little bit under 5%, or are they going to grow their stake in order to buy out some of those other retail shareholders? These are the questions we now have looking forward as everybody's starting to line up their teams of advisors and lawyers to really look at a deal.
What's the ultimate structure of the deal possibly looking like, David?
Yeah, I think it is kind of how Elon has laid it out, and really, there's no other way to do it, because I've talked to many bankers on this who are maybe not necessarily on the deal, but know these types of deals. Tesla can't raise a lot of debt to do this deal. They've got to get shareholders to simply go along with Elon and become private owners in this company, and then they're going to have to get some other investors to buy out those who don't want to go along.